It's only been running for 4 years, but the Malaysia Convention Bureau has really put the country on the meetings and events map. So I went along to the stand at this year's EIBTM to find out what their secret was and also to find out more about the country beyond Kuala Lumpur. Malaysia is incredibly good at putting the word out and being prominent. There are probably lots of destinations out there that could really learn from you guys. So first of all, what would you say your secret was at promoting yourself so well?
I won't say learn from us. I think we are actually learning from a lot of people because we are actually just been operating for 4 years as a bureau. There's a lot that we pick up in the industry. I think I won't say learn because I'm not the expert, but maybe some of the things that I pick up a lot from other people is you need to be present where the trade is. You need to be seen a lot, like in trade shows, networking session, e-car sessions. You just need to be at the right places. And I think constant messaging, key messaging is important as well.
So you mean by that, we do get kind of a lot of emails from you guys, but actually the content is pretty engaging and pretty relevant. So I think that's probably what you mean, isn't it, by the constant messaging and putting out stuff that people are actually going to be reading?
Yes, I think, the constant messaging is important. And I think Malaysia has also a very strong brand as a tourist destination because of the the Truly Asia brand. And that has been giving us a lot of leverage, and we are able to leverage all of that. I think that's also very important for us as well, as a destination.
Now, Kuala Lumpur is the most famous city in Malaysia, and a lot of people know about it, and a lot of people know about the venues. Let's talk about beyond Kuala Lumpur. What's on offer outside of the capital?
Okay, maybe a little bit of geography first. Malaysia is actually made up of peninsula and the east of Malaysia. Like you said, truly, yes, Kuala Lumpur has been where most of the events are happening. But then besides, I think the whole of Malaysia, we have 13 states, and each states are able to offer very different and unique experience. For example, you can have something like the rainforest, which is right in the East Malaysia. So you have very exotic like orangutan, you have the native, the indigenous tribes. That's a totally different experience. And if you go to the islands like Langkawi, again, it's a different experience. And I have Penang and Malacca, which are all the UNESCO heritage sites. So they have a lot of culture. I think the strongest selling point for Malaysia is the diversity of the culture, which is very unique. And you actually get it in Malaysia. And sometimes I always tell people that come to Malaysia and you get all of Asia in one country.
And how do you help, meetings professionals on the ground to choose, with all that variety, what is right for their particular event?
Okay, I guess the role of our bureau is basically as a one-stop center. So we always, most often, the first point of entry, we kind of have a lot of interaction with meeting planners. So we sell the whole destination first, and then looking at what the experience that they want, then we introduce it. But most of the time, we do sell a lot of our cultures and experience because I think people are looking, besides the convention, which is basically tied to your key economic areas and areas that you're strong. I think the destination and the experience is what a lot of people look for as well.
And at the moment, there's quite a lot going on in Penang. For those people who don't or haven't experienced Penang, it's a really interesting part of Malaysia. So first of all, introduce it briefly and tell us what's going on the ground from a meetings perspective.
Okay, I think the first thing that comes to mind about Penang is food, because it's been voted as the top 10 places for food, by the New York Times as well. And I think Penang is used to be a lot of British colonial influence. It's known as the Pearl of the Orient. So you go there basically for the food, the cultural experience, and there's some new developments that's coming up in Penang. We have 2 new convention centers. One is called The Light. It's a joint venture with Suntec as well. And then there's another one which is called a Spice, which is a subterranean kind of convention center. So it's interesting the things that's happening in Malaysia right now. And I guess with those developments, Penang will be more well positioned to take in the meetings industry because they've always been a very strong leisure holiday destination.
Yes, and it's a very popular place to go for holidays. With respect to the venues, I mean, what have you looked for, or what does Penang look for when it's been developing its venues? Is there a kind of a sustainable element to this? Because obviously, the natural environment in Malaysia, is pretty much unrivaled in Asia. So what are you doing to kind of make sure they don't have too much of a negative impact on the environment?
Yes, I think one of the things that, not only Malaysia, but I think a lot of the developers, when they put in their developments, like I mentioned, why the spice is a subterranean. So they try to develop things around, not disturbing too much of the environment. And Penang being just an island, so a lot of things that they plan is being developed with, it's difficult because the island is already quite developed, but it's very difficult for you to build something and not destroy the nature. So I think the architecture planning of it is very important. Yeah,
that's very interesting. Finally, we're at EIBTM 2013 in Barcelona. Why is a show like this important to a destination like Malaysia?
It is because, especially when you're emerging destination, you need to create a lot of awareness. And I think having a place here where this is a lot of where people meet, and I think EIBTM has been one of the key shows that we've been participating, and it gives us a lot of presence, awareness, and we can showcase, like you see what's happening. We have a lot of little activities trying to engage with people so that they know more about Malaysia and the experience that we have there.
And the show's been revamped this year. It's a different layout. Seems really, really busy. How are you finding it so far?
Yes, I think it's getting very busy because I have actually not been here for last year. But when I came in, I think it's amazing. I can see the busy. It's really busy, and there's a lot of new things that they introduce. And I think it's been, like, even for our booth itself, we've been having a lot of appointments, a lot of interest, I guess. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you very much for talking to me, and good luck with the rest of the show.
Yes, thanks. Nice talking to you as well.